Hello everyone, Crash here, this RTA Motorsports, and today I have an exciting video for you all. It is my raw test of the Onewheel GT S. Here we go. Now everyone, just one thing I want to put out there. I did not know that this was actually going to happen. I didn't have any of my camera gear with me, so I just basically shot off the cell phone. I apologize, but I don't want to go back and re-record and say it's my first test when it really wasn't. This is my first time on the Onewheel GT S series. And again, I just want to thank Neil Bennett for being completely awesome and allowing me to borrow his board to actually go out and just ride here. Now, what you're going to basically be seeing is just me riding through the trails. I'm not trying to rip or set any sort of land speed records. I'm trying to get a feel for a board that isn't mine. So I am going about like 15, 16 miles an hour at some points, sometimes a little slower, sometimes a little faster. We do test the top speed that I could take it to and see if we could actually hit 25, so definitely stay tuned for that, and I'll also let you know my experiences with that. But overall, this is just my first riding experience with it, and definitely listen out and see if you could hear if there's any sort of haptic buzz or any sort of like torque buzz going on. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Everyone, here we go.
All right guys, Onewheel GT S first test on the trails, 235 pounds. We have it in flow. Here we go. All right, let's see how she does. Got a nice little hill lined up here. Right up, no problem. Hello. Hello. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. I always have to come off the GT and walk it up that. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. One more section I want to test here. Such a beautiful section here. Oh, it is ready though. Spoke too soon. Wow. Oh man. It really pulls you up hills. I always make it up that hill, but normally I have to feather it. I felt like I could accelerate a little bit more, especially with more experience with the board, getting used to it, knowing the limits. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. This thing is for real. I just went 25 miles an hour on a board that I have no experience with, and it felt comfortable, it felt easy, it felt intuitive, especially coming from a GT already. Overall, climbing up the hills, there's certain sections in here that I can get up, and I haven't really ridden too much lately, so normally it would take me a little bit of practice, but there's also certain sections that I can't get up. There's an off camber sort of downhill that goes into an uphill that you have to, there's too much camber to actually go up the uphill, so you have to kind of go off the side, get off the board, walk it up the uphill and start again. Very common that that's what you have to do. Off camber section, historically with the GT, I can't make it up. Let's see if we can do it. Did it with the S, no problem. Nope, still can't do it. Let me give it one more shake. That's pretty much exactly what I did with the S. Is I turned right there and I pulled my way right up. Kind of felt like I could accelerate a little bit. Overall, it does feel like it has more torque, but it's... Let me take a different line. Nope. Interesting. What I'm experiencing now with the GTS is I went down the downhill, I turned and then just nose up and it pulled me right up the hill. Absolutely insane. Never really expected anything like that, especially since I'm 235 pounds. But this board really, really pulls you. It's actually pretty incredible. The other thing is, you know, yes, I went 25 miles an hour. I went 25 miles an hour because I felt comfortable and confident that I could do it. And the board just felt stable. Like the nose of it felt stable. I didn't feel like there was any question whether or not it was going to give out on me. That is pretty wild. Normally with the GT around 20 miles an hour, especially around my weight, I start feeling like I need to feather it a little bit. I never really feel confident. This is something else. This is pretty wild. So the hype is real. And thank you so much, Neil Bennett, for giving me the opportunity to try your board. This thing is absolutely incredible. The hills, like, I just went up a hill. And the fact that you could accelerate going up is just, it's just kind of nutty. A few of the hills that I took back there, I took with a little bit more aggression than I normally do, because I felt like it was pulling me up. And I'm sure with experience, if I get my own and knowing how it reacts to different things, it would just pull me up quite a bit faster because I would know how much more I could give it.
Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Again, I apologize that it was all shot from a cell phone, but I felt it was very important to kind of give you all my raw initial first impressions and things that I had noticed along the way. Again, I wasn't trying to set any land speed records, just kind of going through my local trail system here and get a good feel for the board. But I was surprised at certain points just what it was able to pull me out of. And if you didn't notice, there was no real instances of any sort of torque beep or any sort of buzz or anything like that. I really could have pushed this board a lot harder, specifically up those uphills that I just never could before. Normally I would have to feather or come in with more momentum. My one wheel history is really kind of known to me as more of a momentum sport than anything. So really coming at it at certain things with momentum helps me out greatly. With this here, you could actually approach things at low speeds and accelerate up them, which is not something I'm used to. It's not a riding style I'm used to, especially on these trails here. So I'm definitely looking forward to try to get my hands on one of these boards and doing some further testing. Again, I am 235 pounds. Whenever I race, it's in the Clydesdale category. So if you are in that area and you have any specific questions, definitely let me know in the comment box below. I would love to actually get some of my actual camera gear and fully test this thing even further. So if I get my hands on one, you could definitely expect a lot more coverage on that. Neil Bennett was actually talking to me about some of our local trails that are pretty gnarly, and they do have a lot of uphill sections that normally either we try to find trails to actually come down those hills, or you normally have to hike up and then start at the top, work your way back down. He was saying that now we could actually kind of ride up those trail sections that previously were unrideable. Absolutely insanity, and I hope to actually get the opportunity to try them hopefully soon. Well, everyone, again, I just want to say huge shout out to Neil Bennett for letting me borrow his board. That he didn't have to do that, and it was absolutely awesome for him to do so. And everyone else, stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.